If you're watching, thank you for coming back. This is Let's Talk with Lani. I'm Lani, your host, and this is episode 4 of the podcast / YouTube. It is very important for you to understand you are in control of your life. The life that you live is mostly important because you make the decisions. Today, we're going to talk about knowing your value. We're going to go into depth about knowing your worth and how you may show up for yourself in your life and also not show up for yourself because you're limiting the things, your blessings, you're limiting the amount of ease that you can be feeling, the effortless feeling of life that you should feel. So, I really want to dive into the things that really matter the most to me right now. And if you are tuning in to my latest videos, the last video that I posted was about not having focus and me being very, very transparent with you guys about my recent mental health and the things that I've been feeling and how life has been lifing, okay? So if you're interested, you can definitely tune into that video. But today, like I said, we're going to get into understanding your value and how to really show up for yourself in certain ways in your life that can be effortless, easy, and you probably haven't even thought of how easy this can really be. When we tend to think about friends, coworkers, immediately get some type of pressure. I get it. I'm sure you get it. When you start a new job, or you may just try to make new friends. Like, we're all adults. Most of us, I don't know who's watching, like, even if you're a child, teenager, whatever, like, you go through these motions where it's difficult to make friends. It's hard for you to understand, like, is somebody coming from a genuine place? Are they gonna be loyal to me? Are they gonna be here for me? Because we all need people to be here for us genuinely. There's a lot of times I've noticed in my friends' lives, in my life, in the past, you have to literally wean out the people that are not for you. And it's hard. It is hard. It is very hard to figure out if this person that had possibly been in your life for a few months, few years, even family sometimes, like, you can't choose your family, but you get backstabbed by your family. They do not show up for you the way they should. There are just really evil people in this world, unfortunately. And we have to be self-aware. It was not even too long ago, I was not self-aware. I was not aware of the people that I was surrounding myself around, whether they had the best interests for me, and most of them didn't. I was surrounding myself, like, this is like college days, but at the same time, like, you can understand in your life, if whether you're in college, you're in high school, you're at a job where you may not align with your coworkers, you may not align with your friends, the things that they want to do or the things they're talking about, you may not be interested in that. And you don't have to force yourself into those conversations. You don't have to feel like you have to be a part of everything. You cannot have friends at work. You cannot socialize to the point where everyone knows your personal business. And there comes to a point where you should feel like, if I'm pouring so much of my information to these people, if it's not being reciprocated, especially at work, if they're sharing personal information and they're kind of just friends at work, like, there's such a thing as being friends at work and not being friends outside of work. Those are not friends. Those are co-workers. Co-workers. We need to understand the difference. Okay, winding back. Okay, the value that you have as an individual, you need to understand. You do not need friends. You do not need people to side with you, to agree with you on everything. That's not what friends are. Friends are people that are gonna actually tell you when you're wrong. They're gonna tell you when you are doing too much. The real, genuine, loyal friends that will stick by you and stand by your side, they will tell you the hard stuff, the most important things. They'll tell you things that you do not want to hear, but you need to hear. Those are the important people you need to hold on to. Those are the family members you need to hold on to. The people that show you that they care in a way that does not take away you. It doesn't degrade you. It doesn't put you down. It doesn't put you in this negative energy where you just feel like you're worthless and you're useless. And it's like, wow, if they could say this about me and they know so much about me, they don't even have the understanding that I have value in myself. Of course you're not going to believe in yourself. You surround yourself around people that constantly live in chaos and tragedy, and they have no idea that they're living in their scarcity mindset, because every time they're in a situation is fight or flight for them. They have to either run or fight. Like, you don't have to be that way. You can turn around. You can change the people that you are around. And maybe you can even change their mindsets because they see you wanting more for yourself. And it's happened. It's happened for me. I had to detach myself from certain relationships and friendships for certain periods of time. I would ghost my friends. I mean, I would not call them, text them, nothing. And we would go months without speaking, and then we would randomly call each other and check in, and it would be great, and it would be fine. And we would reconvene as if we never stopped speaking. And that is the glory of having really good, genuine friends, lifelong friends, sisters, brothers. Like, I have men and women, really good friends that I do not have to speak to them every day. They do not have to know all of my business. They do not have to know every step I take, every place I go to. They do not get an invite every time I go outside. There has to be boundaries. It's important to have boundaries. It will give you a sense of control that you need, okay? Not too much control where you feel like you have to control the entire friendship or relationship, but yes, it is very important for you to understand you are in control of your life. The life that you live is mostly important because you make the decisions. In my last video, I mentioned this is advice that I give all the time. You have to make intentional, purposeful decisions. In your life, only thing that matters is you. Not the only thing, okay? But you know what I mean. You're living for yourself. At the end of the day, every step you take is to progress more and more and more, level up more and more and more. That's what everyone says. You want to level up. You want a soft life. You want to feel better. Every day, you want to live effortlessly. You want to make money and not have to work hard. You got to work for that. You got to work yourself up to understand that you deserve it first. Manifestation comes in. You got to be productive. You got to get up and actually do it. Also, in my last video, I'm going to keep referencing it, so you got to make sure you tune in. My last video, I mentioned I was not showing up for myself. I had to keep telling myself positive affirmations, positive sayings, and try to talk to my friends. So I got a therapist. There was a lot of things that I tried to channel to reach my value, understand my value, to understand who I am. I had to go to a mental health awareness event to channel who I was. What was my purpose? Why am I feeling like this? Why do I feel useless? Why do I feel like I'm not doing anything with my life? The mind will drive you crazy. The mind is a crazy thing, but you cannot allow yourself to lay in the bed and not turn the lights on and not get up and not be productive, because tomorrow is not promised. Tomorrow's not promised. Life is too short. I'm only 27 and I even thought about not having to work for anybody anymore. How am I going to do that if I can't get up off my ass right now and go to work? Why would I think I can get a job that makes 100K a year if I'm not applying to jobs that make that much money? Like, you gotta do it to get it. You gotta speak these things into existence, believe that you can get it before you do it. Because I know I manifest my job. I manifest this 100K job. There's things that I manifest in my life prior to this that I'm just now realizing I spoke it into existence. Believing your value, knowing your worth is so important. It gives you confidence, like literally it gives you confidence to get up and get in front of a camera, or it gives you confidence to get up and go out and actually apply to that job, go on that interview, go to that basketball game, play in that playoff game, apply to the modeling job, quit your job and be a content creator, be a YouTuber. Like, endless possibilities. It's 2023. And if you're not believing in yourself, where are you going? Where are you going? Where do you think you're gonna go? Everyone who's made money up until this point in lifetime has proven that you have to do the work. You gotta do the work first. So here we are. This video is about knowing your worth, learning your value, understanding that you cannot have these limiting beliefs that will stop you from progressing your life, leveling up, being your boss self, being the best you can be, proving to everyone that whatever they thought you couldn't be in high school, middle school, college, the degree you didn't get, the GED you couldn't finish, the high school diploma you forgot to go to class and you just didn't care anymore. Yeah, prove it to them. You don't even need it. You can go online and go on Google course careers and you can pick a career. You can pick a tech career. You can learn that in 6 months. You can learn it in 3 weeks. You can learn things in, it's crazy, it's mind-blowing. And not just that, it's not just about jobs. Everybody feels this way, everybody. It wasn't until I started sharing my own experiences with other people and stopped listening to their experiences and their problems, and I started sharing more of mine and understanding like, wow, I'm not the only one that feels this way. I'm not the only one that's experienced this, and I'm not gonna be the last one to really show myself and prove that I have value, I have worth, I deserve all of the things that I have, all of these blessings that have been pouring into my life. Just to get into that lazy feeling, or I feel like I'm not being as productive, the least I can do is get on my mat inside my house, or I can go downstairs and go to the gym and get on the treadmill. So that's one thing. The main thing that I really do for myself is my face routine, my showers, like those little self-care things that I do. It like brings me back to life. It really does. And I don't know why, I just put on my music. And right now my favorite artist is Thames, and I put on a song by Thames and I swear I'm in the zone. After I take my shower, after I finish my face care routine, I am cleaning, I'm doing my laundry, I'm cleaning the sink, I'm washing dishes, I'm thinking about cooking. Like, all these things are starting to stimulate in my mind because I'm finally being productive. I'm finally getting up and I'm moving. So it is very important to get up and move. So let's say you don't want to go to the gym. Let's say that's not your thing. Maybe you're athletic. Maybe you're not even a gym person, right? Something else that I started doing was writing down my thoughts. I used to be a person that would write in diaries and like things like that when I was a kid. So I guess as an adult, I'm like trying to channel back into my inner child a little bit. So yes, I started journaling, or like writing in my journal, diary, whatever you want to call it. And it's been very therapeutic, I tell you. I write in my notes on my iPhone. I write in my book physically. I have a lot of journals. Sometimes it depends on like the book that I write in. Like I have a spiritual journal. I have this regular spiral notebook. And I don't know, sometimes it depends on my mood. It's gonna depend on how you feel. It's gonna depend on what you feel like doing. Sometimes you're not gonna feel like doing anything. I felt like not doing anything. I didn't want to get out the bed. I didn't want to turn the lights on. I didn't want to open the blinds. I didn't want to turn the TV on, nothing. You cannot live like that. The value that you have, the worth that you have, is so much more. You need to be out there. You need to be doing things, moving your body. It's one thing that we negate sometimes when we like get into these grooves and these feelings. We forget about our health. Like the body tells us all the time when we are not doing the right things. We're not eating right. We're not exercising. We're not drinking enough water. Like we may try to avoid the doctor, try to avoid making these appointments that's so difficult to make as an adult. Yes, I know. But our health is so important. Life is so short. I mean, until you lose someone that is close to you, that is close in age, not even close in age, or may have been very healthy, or may not have been very healthy, but you had no idea. It's hard losing somebody from health issues, not from like, you know, tragic accidents and things like that. Like even those things it's sad and it's unfortunate, but the point of this video, know your worth, take care of your health, go to the doctor, get your checkups. If you have diseases, things like that, and this is just like a disclaimer, if you have anything that runs in your family that you're aware of, just stay up to date on it for yourself. It's one thing to know that your family has dealt with it and you think that you're immune to it or it can't happen to you. Check on yourself. It does not hurt to go to the doctor and say, hey, I'm here for a checkup. Check everything. Make sure I'm good. Next. Another thing that I do to uplift myself and get back into that space of feeling like I'm being productive and I'm showing up for myself and I'm channeling my worth and my value is hanging out with my friends. I love hanging out. And I don't hang out all the time, like I mean every weekend kind of thing, but I may get in my flow where I could schedule things with my friends like weekly. And sometimes I need that, like that freeness, that undeniably free feeling of being with comfortable people. You can be yourself, you can laugh, you can joke, you can be goofy, and being around that circle of people that love you, care about you, have the best interests for you is amazing. And it automatically made me feel amazing. Like I got out of my bed for that. I went to go drive my car for that. I got up and showed up for myself to show up for them. But most importantly, it gave me the feeling and understanding that it's all about me. I am in control of this. I'm the one that has to get up. I have to get up. I have to go and do it. I have to take it all in, you know? And it's hard to even explain this because I had to get out of it. And it wasn't words that helped me. It was action that helped me. So if you take anything from this, I want you to understand, like, it's gonna happen to me again. Like, I know that. I'm gonna feel like I'm being unproductive again. I'm gonna feel like I'm failing. I'm gonna feel like my life is not going the way it's supposed to. I'm only 27. I'm expecting it. But one thing I don't want to do is fall back into that depression, which it was 100% depression. We do not need to fall into that state where we feel like we're helpless. Like there's nothing else that we can do. And no one is going to understand, and there's no need for us to explain our feelings and be open and transparent about our emotions, and we're not allowed to feel this way. No. You're allowed to feel every emotion. You're allowed to express yourself, explain your emotion, cry, scream if you have to. You're allowed to do that. Now, let's not be impulsive. Let's channel these emotions and control them, not pushing our emotions out on people. We're not making people feel guilty about the way that we feel. We're not putting other people into our lives to cure these feelings and emotions. You need to deal with them. You need to face them. You need to say that it's okay. It's okay for me to feel this way. It's okay that it happened. It's happening, but it's not going to keep going. You have to take over that emotion. You have to control it and say, this is not me. This is not who I really am. This is not who I truly am. This is not how I truly feel about myself. Take it back. Take back that energy. Get up. Get out the bed. Take a shower. Brush your teeth. Do the face care routine. Get your hair done. Put some makeup on. Change your clothes. Buy a new outfit. Go buy those shoes. Speak to your family. Text them. Call your friends. Tell people about how you feel. It made me feel better. It made me feel like I did deserve to keep waking up and getting money and working and being productive and showing up for myself. And that's just real. That's just transparently real. I mean, I added on to the first part of this because there was more to be said. This needed to be said. Know your value. Know your worth. You got this. We got this. So, if you watched this, thank you. If you listened, I appreciate it. Once again, I'm Laniqua. This is Let's Talk with Laniqua.